Honey, before I start, I have to ask you a question. Honey, honey, what's with these homies dissing my girl? Why do they got a front? What did we ever do to these guys that made them so violent? Woo hoo, but I know I'm yours, and I know you're mine, and that's for all time. Woo wee oo, I look just like Buddy Holly. Oh oh, and you're Mary Tyler Moore. I don't care what they say about us anyway. I don't care about that. Yes, last week today live is back. I was gonna say I don't care about last week today live, but that seems silly. Yes, and I'm sure that you all realize that you jumped in just to hear that. It's kind of amazing. I'm able to embarrass my wife in the comfort of our own home with my singing. Hi, honey. How is everybody today? You've got me here. My wife is at the sink in case you hear that rush of water. You hear the little guy who was watching Miss Rachel and sucking his thumb and not caring about the world, and that's all good. So let's see who is joining us this morning. Las Cruces, again, first one in. Good morning from New Mexico. Did you get my package, sir? It said it was delivered. Just want to make sure there's no porch pirates there. Daredevil NYC, you're going to be here 12 hours next week. Come on. Go out and get a little bit of sun. I'm actually not going to be on next week. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Izzy Verse, how are you? Izzy, speaking of Weezer, every time I see Izzy, I think of, if you guys know the song Suzanne from Weezer, because we played Weezer this morning, more specifically on the Mallrats soundtrack, because he's got that lyric, even when Izzy Slash and Axl Rose calls, you put them all on hold. Wellbore from the wilds of Canada. Fanboy, you might be careful with that. You might more than 3 times is a problem. You might have the authorities called. I started selling books on Whatnot from my boys' shop, Gotham Thrift. I might check that out, but I'm kind of not into Whatnot that much. I went on once and realized how easy it is to buy, and I was like, I probably shouldn't do this. But if you're into Whatnot, 8:30 p.m., I'm assuming that's Eastern time, check out Daredevil NYC. And you forgot about that, okay. 3 Gerd Nerds, how are you? Zach, how are you, sir? Congratulations on your win. Doug Breton. Doug, I'm looking forward to the isolation discussion later this week, which reminds me, I have not given away your manuscript yet, so I will work on that. Doug, is it okay to, whoever wins, can I direct them to you to see if it's not too late to get in on the broadcast this week? Let's see who else we got here. TM, also from Canada. How are you? Yeah. Buddy Holly, then or now? I know that's bad. Let's see. Cuppy, how are you, sir? Do the sweater song next. I don't want to repeat artists so quickly. Maybe. We'll see. I'll have to remember that. Man, I haven't heard that song in a minute. Zach, you got to listen to Pandora more then, because I hear it probably twice a week, and I don't drive that much. Oh, there you go. Doug is jumping on the action. I was thinking about doing like inviting people on to do like a little sing along in the morning. I just haven't gotten around to it. Where is Izzy? GNR reference is cool. Yep. Fanboy, you know the song. Lady Fantastic, how are you? Our resident X-Men aficionado. I still think back to her. I think it was either a 411 or a hot. No, it was a hot seat. I think it was a hot seat. Buddy, what's going on?
He wants his milk.
your milk's going to be ready soon. He's losing his stuff this morning. Yeah, that was one of the funniest episodes I've ever listened to. Yeah. Eben, OptiPrime, how are you, sir? Oh, good. Les Cruces, I saw. I'm happy that you got this. Good. Good. Okay, I think I got everybody here. I'm actually caught up with the comments. So right off the bat, I mentioned it earlier. I am not going to be on next week. We have a little party that we're throwing. I'd invite people. You know, honey, I would invite some people from North Jersey to the party next week, but it's not at our place. It's at somebody else's place. So maybe next party. Buddy, do you want to come and hang out? You say hi to everybody? He has to drink his milk. He's almost done. He's looking at me like, I can't help you. Give him a cold if he's that upset, I guess. Partey, yes. Trev, how are you? Trev, the shipping guru. We told a little bit about Trev's hidden origin, in case you missed that. And one thing I kind of alluded to, there's much more to Trev than meets the eye. He's an enigma, trapped in a mystery, packed in a riddle, if you will. And one thing, besides what I told about Trev getting his shipping knowledge, is he also is one of the inventors of Himalayan pink salt. So you heard it here first. Trev is quite the Renaissance man. So yeah, no show next week. I'm getting song requests. I don't know if I'm impressed or scared. But let's go through what we have here. I did read some books this week. I didn't pick anything up. You know, I think you're kind of used to that by now. I don't go every week. We have a couple big events going on this month. Hi, Bobby. How are you? We have a couple big events going on in September, so my poll is going to be a little spaced out, just because I'm saving for a couple things. So let me show you what our winner is going to get this week when we do our giveaway. And ooh, you know what? I didn't even set up the giveaway yet. You know, and I was going to do hashtag pumpkin spice. Brian beat me to the punch. So I'm going to do something else. Hold on. StreamYard giveaway tool. Oh, my wife is giving him his milk already. So, honey, pick a number between 1 and I'm going to say 5. 5. Okay, that's going to be our review for this week. Brian is here. I was getting the bitch box set up. And Brian, I don't know if you saw, I give you a lot of credit. You just gave me my idea, by the way. Not only are you doing these awards and everything, but you are also, preparing for a huge move. My hat is off to you because moving is not fun. Durs is hiding here. I love seeing you, Durs, but don't get in trouble at work, especially your new job, because of little old me, sir. Is CJ here? I was going to say, he doesn't really check in that much. He doesn't even say hi anymore. I don't know what that is. YouTube drama. Hashtag bitchbox, and you could be the winner this week. Hashtag bitchbox. Let me tell you something. If I had any actual musical talent and was forming a band, I think bitchbox would be a great title. Honey, what do you think of that?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
She laughed and joked while she said that. Again, hashtag bitchbox to be entered in the giveaway. Oh, speaking of which, we have 2. Oh, I saw David's working and lurking. How are you, sir? David's Comics and Wrestling. Great. By the way, check out David's channel. His daughter has been doing some card rips lately, some Disney, I don't know what they're called, but Disney things. No, like Disney cards. It's like a specific kind of type thing. I can't think of the name of it. But check it out and, give him a thumbs up. Give him a little bit of praise. It's for his daughter, So, yeah, no show next week. I'm going to show you, though, what you're going to win for this week. I'm going to show you 4 out of the 5 books that you could win this week. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm starting to run out of non-Marvel stuff in my giveaway box, so you'll start to see that gradual thing. If you don't like it, oh well, it's free. Gift it to somebody. I don't know. Mutant X number 25. This is from the early 2000s, late 90s. Yes, Zach, show us 4 out of the 5 future Trev books indeed. Trev has a little stack we're building because I'm working on something for Trev. Mutant X, honey, are you aware of Mutant X?
No.
Havoc, Scott Summers' brother,
Mm-hmm.
crossed over into another universe. I think it was during Onslaught, maybe a little bit after, and got stuck, but he made it back. And that's about the most notable thing with that. The Walking Dead Deluxe, number 67. Oh, Doug Bratton. Next week he'll be in North Dakota. 50th state in his 50-state search. Good for you, man. New Avengers, number 33. This is part of the Time Runs Out storyline. I know people are rushing to get this now because they think Doctor Strange is going to be about Time Runs Out. I still think it's going to be, Deadpool's going to be more about it. A great story either way. And I like that cover a whole lot. And the last 4 out of the 5 I'm going to show is Detective Comics number 937. This is a little bit of a controversial cover because people feel a certain way about the flag in the background. I'm also going to throw in, I have an extra copy of the Isolation manuscript. Doug, I don't know if you heard me. I don't know if you answered me already. I might have missed it. Is it okay if I give you the person's name or something to get in on the Isolation talk? I forgot that I had the extra manuscript, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
We'll come back to that. What's that, honey?
No, I'm talking.
Okay. All right. So I will start to go into what I have read, and I'll start with the book that I'm giving away this week. Oh, let me see if Doug replied on that one yet. Not yet. Okay. There's a little bit of a delay. Zach, congratulations on your win earlier today, too. Yeah, Fanboy. A lot of people. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So if you win this manuscript, get your email over to Doug. We'll talk about that in a bit. Yeah, Fanboy. There's a big controversy. Excuse me, if you could speak correctly. Anytime there's like a flag on the cover, and I respect it. I know that what's his face, Clayton Crane, everybody's wife's favorite comic book artist. That's a joke. She doesn't get that. Ran into that issue with, I think it was one of the Carnage miniseries because it looks like he's got like an American flag draped over him and it's on the ground. And I get that, and it's your right to ignore that book and have us feel a certain way about it. But anyway, I'll show you first book I read this week, and this is the 5th part of that giveaway. Hashtag E-Man. This is from February 2017. Suicide Squad's Most Wanted, El Diablo and Amanda Waller. I know it was coming in the middle of the series. I have to say the art on the Diablo story by Cliff Richards was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. This came out just around the time, I believe, as the first Suicide Squad film, which I didn't care for, but my wife really liked. Right, honey?
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I just thought they were ripping off Ghostbusters. So I think this was their kind of push for let's see what we can do here. Well, I'll say this: Diablo was my favorite of that crew in there, and one I knew nothing about. I picked this up, and this was like a dollar bin thing, because Vita Ayala, who did the majority of the most recent New Mutants run, whose writing I really like, did the Amanda Waller story, which I have to say was really well done as well. It was good. It's not good enough for me to get the rest of the series. maybe I'll read it digitally. It's just no kind of urge to do it. But if you win, you get this as well, and I'll put it in a bag and board, of course. Yeah, Doug, I think that's the case. And Trev, I didn't know they were still together. I guess that's kind of a happy-ish ending for everybody but that other guy who kind of messed up with the. Anyway, we don't need to talk about that. And yes, I'm wearing gloves because I read a fair amount of the Hellfire Gala variants again. Joffrey, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. I didn't even know until Boar said it. So, Joffrey, I apologize if you're there if I didn't see you. Fanboy, I'm telling you, look, her New Mutants run specifically, great on so many levels. I could do a whole video series on that. Maybe I'll see if Marcus will have me on or something just to talk about that because I know he does that video series where people talk about a book that they love so much. Manny, how are you, sir? Manny, again, I know I said this last week. You want to see some great artwork? Check out Manny the Hobgoblin Collector. Love his stuff. Very knowledgeable, I have to say, about all things Spider-Man and the Goblin. Thor Annual #1. Again, this is the Hellfire Gala variant. Covers by David Marquez and Romulo Fajardo Jr. I almost mistook David Marquez, by the way, Doug, for Anthony Marquez until just now when I was saying his name. I am behind on Thor. I read Thor up until Jason Aaron's run, and then I was like, I can't read any more Thor. And turns out Jason Aaron's run was awesome. I read it digitally after the fact. Nothing against Thor. It's just he's a guy who's kind of hard to do something new with. So there was a whole lot of setup for this. It's written by Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing, whom I don't know, or by Ibrahim Roberson, whom I don't know either. But they did a good job kind of catching things up. I see that Lady Sif is now overseeing Asgard. The Rainbow Bridge is destroyed. Mjolnir was destroyed and kind of reforged. All in all, it was good. The only complaint I have, and Mythos is an interesting character. I mean, there's no spoiler in here. As soon as you see Mythos, you know that it's MODOK using the parts of the Rainbow Bridge. Only complaint I have is, we've been reading MODOK, is kind of an enemy in the X-Men books. He's kind of teamed up with Orcus. So the continuity, if anything, kind of threw me out a little bit. There is a little bit of a side story in here where Thor is in another dimension. And it was interesting, but it was like just enough to say you're in another dimension. Like it could have been something that could have been explored over 2 or 3 issues if they really wanted to. I understand it's an annual. You don't have that much space. But, I mean, because it was so short, it was just, why would you do that? Ending was kind of satisfactory. There is a backup story. You want me to grab him?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have to excuse myself just for a quick second. My little guy wants to get out of his high chair. My wife cannot carry him right now. There's a little bit of a backstory in here in the back about the Mjolnir being reforged. That's okay. Yeah, I mean, it was a okay to good read, I'm going to say. Okay, excuse me one second. I will be right back. I'll give you guys a subject to talk about in the meantime amongst yourselves. Here we go. I'm going to throw this out like, let's see. Thor, good God, y'all. What is it good for? Be right back. Okay. No more tears. How are you snotting already? Now, hold on. I'm going to tell you, there's no Miss Rachel when you're in there because Daddy's busy. Okay, got your nose, the boogers at least. Here, hold on to my hat for a second. Thank you. Say thank you. Ready? Okay, Are you gonna sit in the pack and play like a big boy?
Uh-oh.
Are you gonna sit next to mommy? You can't crawl. I'm on camera. All right, I'm gonna see if he'll sit next to you.
Uh-oh.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna shield him for a second. Okay.
He's gonna want to go to you.
Okay, the little guy didn't want to sit in his pack and play, so it is a comfy couch, Brian. I've taken many a nap on the couch. We watched Guardians 3 last week, and the scene where
Ugh.
I loved it. My wife
No.
did not. I don't know if you could hear her. Ugh. Manny, my daughter calls Miss Rachel mommy too. Yeah, and we were laughing because of the scene where Drax is like sleeping on the couch, because I'll do that all the time. My wife's like, the couch is not for laying down. It's like, it's for being comfortable. buddy, you can't right now. Look, this is the furthest you could come, right here. Let him come right to here, I guess.
Oh God.
All right, so this is going to be an interesting show. Okay. He likes to crawl on the couch, but I keep it so because we're afraid of him falling backwards. We have a table right here, so we don't want anything happening. Okay, so let me go next.
No.
Here is one. This is a blast from the past. You want to get in on this too, pal?
Uh-oh.
Freak Force #1. Here, pal. Freak Force #1. Doug Bratton. My wife naps on our couch every day. # I married Drax. Freak Force, if you guys don't know, this is from 1993, honey.
Matthew.
If I grab him, I'll just turn him this way.
He's gonna want to. Oh my God.
Hey, this was a spin-off of the Savage Dragon. Honey, you know this at all?
No.
No. So
Oh, he's gonna booger again.
yeah, he's doing that
Ay.
today. So you have in here. Let me introduce you to people here. This is I don't remember all the names, so I'm just gonna kind of make them up. This is the guy from every. Hold on a second. Come here. You want to come here? Fine. Okay. You can't turn around though. I just said you can't turn around. Yeah. Why are you crying now? I think you're just tired. All right. So you have.
Uh-oh.
Oh, now. Oh, because he wants to go over there. Sorry.
He's gonna get his booger.
We're just off the rails. Don't mind us. All right, so you have this is like the villain from every 80s movie, you know, who like that's it. We're gonna settle this on the slopes with the blonde-haired kid from every 80s movie. Here is we'll call the guy Big Red, just like the gum. Here is Ricochet. I feel like would I be wrong in saying Rob Liefeld got in trouble with Heroes Reborn, making Bucky look pretty much just like that? Buddy, no playing with the blinds. And then you have Spiky Spike.
Stop.
There's some Iron Patriot. Yeah, thank you. Blonde with darts, and not Storm. I'm making fun, of course. Overall, to be honest with you, especially for a 90s book, it was actually a pretty good read. I enjoyed it more than I thought it did. I'm looking at it through the perspective of, yes, this is a 90s book.
No.
But, I actually liked it a lot.
No.
I kind of don't know if I actually checked out the Freak Force series. Back in the day, I was reading Savage Dragon as a kid. I didn't continue with it, so I don't know anything about when they've reset the universe and stuff like that. And Eric Larson, I know, has taken his characters in a different direction. It's something while I certainly appreciate his ability to do so, it's just not for me, so I don't pick it up regularly now. But overall, I was surprised how much I actually enjoyed it. And it wasn't like a nostalgia-like. It was like, wow, this is better than I remember type of thing. The next book I read, I just read this one this morning. I was really surprised by it. Moon Knight, number 25. This again is the Hellfire Gala cover. I really like this one. Art by W. Scott Forbes. And by the way, when I'm looking at these, if you're questioning why does he keep looking at the back cover, it's because they have the artist name on the back. But honey, what is your thought on this cover?
That reminds me of.
It's
I was just gonna say Moon Knight.
It is Moon Knight. This is his Hellfire Gala attire.
It's plain and.
Well, it's supposed to be like, remember when Kim Kardashian, my sister Pam, in case you didn't see it, did a whole episode where we talked about the fashion of the Hellfire Gala thing, and she pointed out this is kind of like Kim Kardashian a couple of years ago at the Met Gala was completely covered. And I think that was a throwback to this too. I really like the sneakers on that too. You know, as a guy in his 40s, I was like, this is going to hurt my back. But I appreciate those sneakers. He's laughing and crying at the same time. What are you doing, buddy?
Because I'm tickling him.
Okay. I have not read Moon Knight in a long time. I know I've been saying that a lot with these Hellfire Gala comics. And it's just that's it. You know, I bought the variant because I like the Hellfire Gala and I like the variants. But I'm determined if I buy it to read it. So it's not for waste. It was actually really good. I've heard a lot of people talking about Jed MacKay's run on this. Again, I haven't read Moon Knight. I'm gonna say since hey buddy, maybe it was since Bendis. Bendis did Moon Knight at one point, if I'm not mistaken, right? I really liked the story. They had a great way of bringing some of Moon Knight's villains to light here. And look, Moon Knight, the most I know about his villains, I know Bushwhacker. Buddy, what are you doing? What are you doing? I know Bushwhacker. I guess one could say that Khonshu sometimes is a villain. But yeah, I have to say the art. What do you think of Moon Knight? Can you get me a tissue?
I'm trying to, but he's going on.
I got him. Buddy, you gotta wait. Okay. Yeah. And you know what? I jumped off. What are you doing? Okay. Got a little booger. He hates when he grabs his boogers. Okay. I jumped off right before Lemire got in because Lemire was right after Secret War, if I'm not mistaken. And Secret War was kind of I used that as an opportunity to do my first kind of cut back on Marvel books because it was all right. This is a perfect jumping off point, I guess, if you will. And then outside of X-Men, I think the only things I was reading post Secret War was I remember reading Angela's series, which. Hidden gem, if you could ever get that, because her Secret War and her post Secret War series, amazingly done. And Angela, I think, is one of those characters who Marvel kind of hasn't really figured out what to do with since they got the rights to her. But again, you got him?
Yeah.
Okay. Artwork in this book, amazing. I especially like, I think, let me read real quick. Because I know there were a couple artists on this. I think Sienkiewicz was doing part of it.
Here, hold on.
No, he does. There is a backup story in the back. It's a reprint from Hulk number 20, Hulk magazine 20, and Sienkiewicz's early artwork is in that. But yeah, you've got 3 artists in here. Partha Pratim. I don't know who that is, but great job. She's in the first couple pages. I assume that's the girl's name. I don't know. Alessandro Cappuccio, sounds like cappuccino, and Alessandro Vitti. All did just a great job. Here, let me show you some stuff that you're going to see in here. This is that Partha one, and it's, look at that. It's reminiscent of Sienkiewicz. I'm right next to you. You're watching me on the screen, buddy. And then I think this is the Cappuccio. And VT is more like when they do these past scenes. I think it's also kind of interesting that they're, I don't know if it's technically retconning, but they've basically incorporated aspects of the Moon Knight series into the actual comic here. Kind of really making him like
Oh my god.
his older kind of past kind of look like a Team X
Matthew,
type
come
of
here.
thing. But like I said, this was a great read. I was surprised that I really enjoyed it that much.
He wants to go.
Now that my wife's here, I'm just going to have her pick out one book we're going to do a deep review of this week. I thought I read 5. I only read 4. Pick one of these.
The second.
Freak Force?
Yeah.
Okay, Freak Force is going to be our deep dive for this week, so look for that video later on. Okay, you're good. You're good. We're at the last book already, pal. Don't worry. Hashtag. Let me make sure I didn't lose the entries again because I hate when they do that. Again, just give you your last chance. Hashtag bitchbox to win. Nope, don't press it. No. We almost started the drawing already. Okay, so let's move that over there. Hashtag bitchbox to win this week's comics. I'm thinking about, by the way, hey, Evil, you're just here in time for the trade mess. Hey, Evil. Yep. Hashtag bitchbox. I think about just ripping off what Brian's done and do like a once a month kind of drawing just to help save on shipping costs. So we'll see that here. The last book, I saved this one for last on purpose. This is, hey, Lisa, how are you? Make Me a Hero. Okay? Now, Make Me a Hero, I'm going to say this. Not the best drawn or written book. This is the book I received from the Wounded Warrior Project. Thank you, buddy. For making a small donation. So I urge everybody, if Wounded Warrior is still doing this promotion, I don't think they are, but you can check their website, to go ahead and donate and get a copy of this book. Is it a great read? No. Is it an important read? Yes. I'll tell you what I really like and then what I don't like. I really like that when you open it up, they spotlight 4 real life people. These are all considered wounded warriors. Buddy, I'm almost done. Here, you want to come here? Okay. Just don't turn, please. Or turn right away. Okay. So the first person here is, and this is interesting, I didn't think of this when you said wounded warriors, is a caregiver. Not somebody who served themselves. So that was kind of an interesting kind of look on it. Somebody who she's now full-time caregiver to her son who was in the military. I'm looking at the names here. The next one was a Marine, Mike Paget. Got the Purple Heart for injuries sustained during service. Chris Gordon, another wounded warrior, thrown out of an armored vehicle when his truck got hit by an IED. He learned to walk again, and nothing stops him. He lost a leg. And then girl Antoinette Wallace, who enrolled after watching the attacks on 9/11 when she was in high school, joined the National Guard, and she's going through trauma. And people are saying what up to MT. Just talk about trauma and PSD. Script is by Christos Gage. I've said that before. It was kind of a surprise. He's one of my favorites. The script itself, it opens actually at the conclusion to, what's up? You see yourself now? He's at the conclusion to a Wounded Warrior conference, talk rather. And yeah, I was wearing the gloves because those Hellfire covers, I still get the ink on my hands from, so I have to wear gloves when I read them. It kind of takes a bit of a turn when they're introduced to these 5 precious stones that give them all different powers based on, I guess, their roles. Yeah, buddy, here. He doesn't like wearing hats, so that'll last a second, but it'll confuse him. Thank you. You want it again? Peekaboo. And they're confronted with a goofy kind of evil villain, and they stop the villain. It's as basic as a story could get, but look, it's an important read nonetheless. I think because of what it represents and spotlighting actual real life Wounded Warriors. Again, if they're still offering this, I would say go to the Wounded Warriors website, make a donation today, get a copy of this, or just go and make a donation. In case you missed my Monday unboxing video, if you do make a donation of $25 or more to Wounded Warriors, let me know, and I'll automatically enter you into another little mini drawing that we have. Last but not least, again, we are having the 300 subscriber giveaway going on. There is one person, first guess, got the password, and that was just this morning. So I'm going to give it a week and see if anybody else gets the password. All the letters are out there. If you don't know the letters by now, right, pal? You got to go back and watch all the other videos and get the letters. So again, ideally, if we get more than one person, look up the password, send it over to me. If you get the password right, you're going to be in a drawing. Yeah. Yeah, all the letters are out. If you only have if we only have one person who gets them, then it's going to be an easy winner. And the prize is going to be choice of either a slab from Shortbox, under $50, not including shipping. You like that prize? Or those I didn't look up the value, but the BCW bins, I think if they're, whatever the value is, so if they're $25 each, which I don't think they are, you can get 2 of them, or maybe one long box if it's $50. You let me know. We'll hash it out and discuss it. Oh, in addition, of course, to the 5 books, you are also going to get a manuscript of Isolation. And if you are the winner, message Doug on IG, Doug Breton, your email address so he can invite you to an exclusive live stream that is happening this week. All right, so we're going to draw the winner. And it's spinning, spinning, spinning. Can you go back to Mom for a second? He's looking at the spinning and laughing. He's not getting off my knee, so I'm just going to tell you who the winner is. 3 Good Nerds. Congratulations. So 3 Good Nerds, in case you didn't hear me earlier, message me your mailing information so I can get these out to you. And message Doug Bratton on Instagram. And he's the guy in the chat here. If you don't know Doug, he's a good guy. That's what you need to know. Message Doug your email address so you can get in on an exclusive Isolation live stream to happen later this week. Other things we want to mention. What else do you want to mention, buddy? Here, look over there. Say hi to people. Say hello. Stuff we should mention for this week. Again, no show next week. I'm going to post a reminder, of course. I want to take the time again to thank everybody who nominated my channel for 2 Comic Book Community Awards. One for favorite community artist. I'm going to be honest with you, I feel a little conflicted with that. I think it's just kind of the whole imposter syndrome thing I constantly have, meaning I can't imagine that 10 people subscribe to my channel, let alone 300, And it's kind of the same thing with my artwork. I should really, I think, do a video just about my little art journey. That might get a little emotional. I've told you a little bit about that, honey. Mm-hmm. I don't know. We'll kind of see how the weekend goes. But yeah, no, thank you everybody who nominated me. That, and I think it's favorite channel under in tier 1. So thanks for the nominations. There's a lot of great and talented people in this community, both nominees and just out there in general. And no matter what you do, I think it's important that we celebrate everybody. Everybody who takes part. Yeah, buddy. I think we're going to get ready to announce our secret project soon. What do you think, honey?
Yeah.
When do we want to do that?
I don't know.
Do you want to do it here first? Do you want to do it on Facebook first? What do we want to do?
We would have to discuss it. I don't know.
We'll have to discuss it. You don't want to do it right now, right?
No.
We're not going to do it right now. But our secret project will be announced soon. Before the end of the month for sure, because we have, by the time his stuff comes around, I think it's going to be well known.
Yeah.
So probably anywhere between the next 2 to 3 weeks, expect a big announcement. Roscoe, how are you, sir? One of our fellow nominees, great artist, by the way. And check out Roscoe and TM Nerdy every Monday night, Between the Lines. I love that show. Just a great and different show. How about Dad Dad? This kid used to say Dad Dad all the time. He hasn't said it in a long time. Dad 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 Dad. No, okay. Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm sorry. Check out Between the Lines on 8:30 Eastern. Usually, they were a little late last time, but that's okay. Check out that show. Great show. I like to draw artwork for that too, and I like that because it gives me the reminder I need to kind of stop and draw, and it lets you flex your creative muscles a little bit. Let's see. So no show next week. Thank you for the nominations. Oh, and we hit 300 subscribers this week. Thank you very much for helping me get there. Again, I'm surprised we have 10 subscribers, let alone 300. With that, I think that covers all of our bases. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm trying to put together, by the way, something. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate that, sir. And Trev, how are you? 300. And Wellbore. Everybody. I'm trying to put together a little something for Comics Curing Cancer. I cannot commit to doing a live stream or even doing like an art stream like I did last year on Brian's channel. I got you. You're good. We're just have a lot going on, clearly. So I don't want to commit to something and then not be able to do it. Don't pick your nose on live stream. But as you can see, I guess I kind of have a full day right now. So I gotta go. But I want to thank everybody, as always, just for giving me a little bit of your Saturday. How about saying Dad Dad for everybody? Do you want to say hi to anybody? Let's see. There's Wellbore. Oh, you waved a little bit. I'm counting that as a wave. Trev, Doug, Lisa, Bobby, Roscoe, Three Good Nerds, Las Cruces. Now he's yawning. Everybody's saying hi to MT. Evil Mike. He's not really evil. He seems like a nice guy. And I think he's actually a doctor. Not like a medical doctor. But yeah, thanks again, everybody, for giving me a little portion of your Saturday. I hope that you do something great this weekend. The weather up here in the Northeast is nice. And with that, you want to say it, buddy? Can you say peace, love, and comics? Peace, love, and comics all.